for another review. It's been over almost 2 decades. It's been over 2 decades since we got the first Matrix, then we got the two afterbirths that weren't really that good. And now, instead of 2 Wachowskis, and they used to be the Wachowski brothers, we got one, Lana. And now they're not even brothers, they're sisters. I'm going to be reviewing The Matrix Resurrections.
It seems to have a
Alright everyone, this synopsis is going to be really short, so let's plug back in. Matrix Resurrections stars Keanu Reeves as Thomas Anderson again, but this time instead of whatever he was in that series, he's a video game designer and a rich one. He's made a trilogy of video games that made him a rich man. Now all of a sudden his boss is telling him, you know what, that original game you're trying to make, don't do that. We need a 4th of the trilogy. If you don't get that, where we're going, you will in a minute. And he goes to do it, but while doing it, he's also seeing a psychiatrist played by Neil Patrick Harris, because Mr. Anderson is having issues. He's getting glimpses of a former life. So that's where we're going to stop with the story. This movie's a mess, and I'll explain why. Let's get to the good, because that's the easiest part. Keanu Reeves slips into this role so easily. Yes, he is Neo. That's it. And yes, it's an allegory for the one. We already knew that from the other 3 movies. And he's really good in the movie. I also like Carrie-Anne Moss, who plays Trinity. Once again, she's also slipping back into that role, even though she looks a little bit older. Obviously, Keanu looks older. I will also have to say, Neil Patrick Harris, I really liked him. Neil Patrick Harris. I really liked him in this movie as Mr. Anderson's psychiatrist. And he is so good, especially near the end. Such a good performance. I also do like one of the new characters, Bugs, who is the girl who brings Neo out of the Matrix and has him see, hey, this is what the world's really like again. The new Agent Smith is pretty cool when he's in the movie, played by Jonathan Goss. I enjoyed his performance. Now here's the part where we're going to slip from the good to the bad. This movie is meta as all hell. This movie's so meta, especially in the first half. I thought I was watching a Deadpool movie, but this movie was funny, but unintentionally. There's literally a writer's room. Okay, when I said that Mr. Anderson, Thomas Anderson, Neo's character, is a video game designer, and he made a trilogy of games. Those games are the Matrix. So apparently, they brought him back to life so he can make video games of what happened in those 3 movies. And there's literally a moment where they actually shout out Warner Brothers, who are the producers of this movie, and saying that, hey, they want you to make a 4th movie. Get it? This movie. And there's literally a writer's room where they're talking about reboots, remakes, and it almost felt like this movie was being self-aware, and it also felt like, is this a parody movie? But then we go straight into the serious stuff with more or less a rehash of the first movie while intersplicing scenes from the first 3 movies. Mostly the first one, though. There's literally a scene where they're reenacting when the first time Neo took the red pill while telling him to take the red pill. It's so, and it is comically meta at times. Literally my audience was laughing while I was kind of gritting my teeth. I was like, are you serious? That can come and go however you want to see it. Now let's get into some really bad stuff. The guy who plays Morpheus, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, he was also in Candyman earlier this year, the Candyman remake. Oh my god, he is so miscast. Now, I understand Lawrence Fishburne wasn't asked to join this movie, and he was kind of disappointed because he wanted to come back. I'm so glad he didn't come back. Because this guy, this Morpheus, makes so much fun of Lawrence Fishburne's performance. I almost wanted to say, I'm glad Lawrence Fishburne didn't do this freaky movie. And I guarantee you, if he probably read the script, I wouldn't too, and we'll get to that in a second. He was woefully miscast in this movie. I was so disappointed. This movie's long and it feels it. Clearly the Wachowskis don't know how to write a pronounced script, because all their movies are overly long with lots of exposition dumps. Lots. There were some revelations at the end that I did enjoy. But, alright, let's get down to why I really dislike this movie. Oh wait, one more thing. The action scenes. The action scenes are okay until they have to do hand-to-hand fighting. Then they're chopped up to holy hell. It feels like a Bourne Identity movie more than The Matrix. And it's not like Keanu Reeves can't do long shots of action scenes. He's still doing the John Wick movies. But these scenes are, holy smokes, they're all cut up. Whenever they're not shooting people, and even then the big fight scene at the end is all choppy. Like, I was having a hard time going, where am I? Where is this person? I have no idea who I'm looking at. Oh, it's so bad. And then this is the real kicker, and this is a minor spoiler. Chad Stahelski is actually in the fucking movie. Yes, the director of the John Wick movies, and he also played Keanu Reeves' stunt double in the first 3 Matrix movies. He's actually in this movie, and this movie's fight scenes are edited like this. Something is very wrong. Now, let's go to the big part. This movie is woke as hell. Keanu Reeves, Neo, the One, is not even the main character in this movie. Everyone who's important and a leader is a woman. The leader of the Resistance, Bubs, woman. Leader of the New Zion, played by Jada Pinkett Smith, woman. Person who comes up the plan at the end of the movie, where this becomes all of a sudden a heist film, done by an Indian woman. Who's actually the main character and important to the story? A woman. And then, at the end, if you can't tell this is woke, something is wrong with you. The last scene features a woman beating the hell out of a white man. If that doesn't tell you woke, I don't know what does. I was furious at this movie. And in all honesty, Keanu Reeves he's in a lot of the movie, and yes, he does have powers, but a lot of the times he doesn't get to use them, or his powers are weak, and a lot of the time he's been given information that we already know because we've already seen the first 3 movies over again by other women, and he's also a lot of the times being told to stand in line by a woman. I was mad. And by the way, there is a post-credit scene all the way at the end of the credits, not worth watching at all. It seems like it really does seem like an outtake from the middle of the movie or the beginning of the movie when they were pitching the ideas for the 4th video game. It's bad, it's not worth staying for. I was mad. This is such wasted potential on so many levels. You had a good idea. There were good acting performances. But this movie's so damn woke by the end, I just wanted to leave. And it is dull at times. For an action movie, it is dull. I'm going to give The Matrix Resurrections a 4.5. I wanted to give it a lower, but yeah, Keanu's good in this. I like Carrie-Anne Moss. Some of the ideas, Neil Patrick is good in this. Some of the ideas is there, but it's so 2021 Hollywood. So that's all for today. I'll be coming back to you later in the week with a review of The Kingsman and probably a sad Christmas message. So until then, bye.